So I wanted to make this video after seeing that Rihanna is trending for now being worth $1.4 billion, making her America's youngest self-made billionaire woman. First of all, congrats, Rihanna. We love to see it. We love seeing you do your thing. But now I'm just like, okay, now, ladies, let's listen up. Let's all gather together. Let's give Rihanna some competition. Let's come on, let's put our stuff out in the atmosphere. Let's build and create. This is not up for debate, because it says here that Rihanna made the Forbes annual list of America's richest self-made women for the third year in a row. And one thing I really like about this article as well, or one thing I like about Rihanna being named like one of the youngest, richest billionaires, is that she didn't come from the Hollywood hills. She didn't come from, a rich opulent she didn't come from a rich, luxurious background. She came from humble beginnings. So that lets me know that no matter where you start, you can always finish and you can always exceed your expectations in the environment that you once started from. So even if you feel like you're at the bottom, you're at the lowest ranks today, things could always change if you put in the work right now. So that's what I wanted to do this video about, because and we all see the rich and the famous people, or we see the singers, songwriters, and actresses, but Rihanna actually got most of her wealth from her entrepreneur endeavors. And we are familiar with them. So the Fenty Beauty, the Fenty Skin, and the Savage X Fenty. So that just lets me know that even if you can't sing, dance, act, or none of the arts, you can still be very much successful using your brain, using your mind, using the gifts and talents that God has given you can literally make it pop. Whatever dream or idea or product or invention that you have in mind, market it the right way, put it out there, get it from out your head into the atmosphere, making it come to pass in the physical. You too can be a billionaire like Rihanna. So that's why I wanted to do this video. It made me think of the quote, how God has given us more than we even know what to do with. A lot of us are sitting on our potential, and I'm guilty of it too. I feel like I can be going that much more harder. And it's time out for fear. It's time out for excuses. Forget all that, It's time to create the life that you want to have. Put in the work, put God first, and you will be successful. I mean, it's inevitable. So I wanted to talk about some money mindsets that we can all take on now and implement now that will help us in the future. So we too can be one of Forbes' youngest entrepreneurs, youngest billionaires, whatever it may be, whatever that we are striving for, we can most definitely do if we change our mindset. That's free 99. So the first thing, when I was looking up how people that are wealthy think versus people that have like a poor mindset or the average person thinks, I came across that wealthy people believe I can change my life, versus the average person will think that life happens to them. And, of course, in the beginning, a lot of people do think like that. They kind of feel like, oh my gosh, why is this happening to me? Oh, nobody in my family has been rich. I guess this is how it's going to be for me. They kind of take on the circumstances of life as they are, as they present themselves to be, instead of realizing they have the power to change things. It may not be as easy as Becky that grew up in Beverly Hills, but it's still doable. Becky, just like you, had to put in the same type of work. You still have to have the right mindset. So Becky may have it handed to her, but if she wants to keep it, she has to have the same mindset to know that she has the power to change her life, that she don't have to wait for anything to happen, for something to fall out the sky. She can literally use what God has given her with her thoughts, her ideas, and everything else, and make herself pop. So that's what I want us to realize too, that no matter where you are in life, you could be living paycheck to paycheck, you could be barely getting by, but instead of looking at it as like a negative, look at it as a positive. At least now you know how to budget. At least now you know how to live a frugal life. And I realized that too. I learned that wealthy people are frugal. We think that they buy a bunch of stuff, and they do. They probably do, but first they already have their investments in place. But for the most part, they don't spend their money on depreciating assets. So that's the difference. They think about how to keep their money and save their wealth and not just spread it out and put it into a bunch of depreciating assets. So that's one thing. The second thing is that wealthy people think abundance in wealth, and the average person has just enough to get by kind of attitude. So that's where things have to change for us. I feel as though that most of the times we are on that good time, scratching and surviving type time, when we really need to be thinking about how to be fruitful and multiply. Spiritually and physically.
Met Saint Quebec, man, the girl was heaven sent. Met Saint Quebec, man, the girl was heaven sent.